Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. Well, yesterday, everyone in New York pretended they felt an earthquake. Just admit it, you thought it was wind. This earthquake was actually the best possible disaster. It was kind of like the time I saw my dad in the shower. It was a little scary. There was no permanent damage, but I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life.
Some Democrats criticize President Biden for talking about migrants by using the term illegals. But come on, he's 81 years old. Let him slide. He means well. Like when my mom put up that sign to stop Oriental hate. All right. Colin, you go.
At a campaign rally, former President Trump said he would debate President Biden anytime, any place. And then he pointed to an empty podium on the stage. And now Trump and Biden are both polling 80 points behind the podium.
Thank you.
President Biden went to Walter Reed Medical Center for his annual physical. Doctors said Biden was fit as a fiddle, in that he's old-timey and held together by strings.
What's wrong with you, man? It was reported that for the first time ever, a robotic police dog was shot in the line of duty. Well, now it's a robotic police dog.
In a new interview, Donald Trump also claimed that President Biden was high on cocaine during the State of the Union, saying he was all jacked up at the beginning. By the end, he was fading fast. It almost sounds like Donald Trump knows exactly what it feels like to be on cocaine.
Mitch McConnell officially endorsed Donald Trump for president because despite their differences, they actually go way back. Donald Trump endorsed Mark Robinson for North Carolina governor, calling Robinson Martin Luther King on steroids. Not to be confused with Martin Luther King on Ozempic. All right, you go again, Colin. I don't know. I don't have it today.
I'm glad you told it. You know, like at the beginning, you've got a lot of energy. But then, by the end, you're fading fast.
Just recently heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat it.
The FCC is preparing to criminalize unsolicited robocalls that use AI to impersonate politicians. But you can still impersonate Ted Cruz by shaving a sloth's face. Marjorie Taylor Greene, seen here dressed for her shift at TGI Crazies, was questioned by a reporter about her Jewish space lasers conspiracy theory, and Greene responded like this.
Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers, and really, why don't you off?
Wow. Even more shocking, look what happens a little later in the video.
Really, why don't you off? How about that?
Donald Trump said at a rally that he would make November 5th Christian Visibility Day. Wait, I thought that was called Ash Wednesday. The Florida Supreme Court has allowed the state's 6-week abortion ban to take effect. So now Florida's only remaining method for ending a pregnancy is roller coasters. Hey, President Biden made a drastic change in his immigration policy, saying he would be willing to shut down the border if given the power by Congress. It's the kind of unexpected shift in direction Biden usually only makes in the middle of a sentence. The Biden campaign is trying to appeal to black voters as polls show their support for Biden has declined. It's getting so bad, he now only has support from Obama's white half.
Just today, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that he wasn't scared of going to jail for violating a gag order, saying, "I will gladly become a modern-day Nelson Mandela." Unfortunately for Halloween.
In an interview, Senator Mitt Romney said that he will not vote for Donald Trump over Joe Biden. Now, some of you may remember Mitt Romney. Pizza Hut in Canada has gone viral after employees posted a sign on the door explaining that the location was closed due to unforeseen circumcisions. It was obviously a misprint because Pizza Hut loves extra toppings. Iowa's Final Four game against UConn was the most watched women's college basketball game ever, with 14.2 million viewers, beating the previous record by 14.2 million viewers. More than 5,000 people attended a Democratic fundraiser at Radio City Music Hall featuring big-name celebrities like Barack Obama, Stephen Colbert, and Lizzo, as well as lesser-known celebrities like President Joe Biden.
This week, Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed after it was struck by a cargo ship that was carrying, you won't believe it, Boeing airplanes. It was also reported Friday that the U.S. economy added over 300,000 jobs. Unfortunately, most of them are bridge fixer.
Experts are saying that 2 different broods of cicadas will hatch this month, releasing trillions of cicadas into the U.S. And Biden is just letting them in. Black History Month started on Thursday, 20 minutes late. During a Senate hearing on child safety, online Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg turned to the audience and apologized to families of children who were harmed by social media. The family said they were surprised and, quote, chilled to the bone. It's a horrifying man.
House Republicans have introduced a bill to rename Washington, D.C.'s Dulles Airport after Donald Trump. Because airports are a lot like Trump, a chaotic nightmare that turns you against your own family.
President Biden said Friday that he would visit the site of the Baltimore bridge collapse because, like that bridge, Biden is no longer connecting with black communities. NBC News cut ties with Ronna McDaniel after many network hosts protested her hiring. And I'm actually very disappointed, only because I thought Ronna McDaniel was a drag version of Ronald McDonald. It was reported that the man who married a conjoined twin is facing a paternity lawsuit from his ex-wife. Great. The last thing that guy needs is another mouth to feed. Police in Kansas found a stolen statue honoring Jackie Robinson, but say that it was damaged beyond repair. Also, police shot it because it refused to drop the bat.
The CEO of Boeing announced that he's stepping down in the wake of the company's ongoing safety issues. And on his way out, he held up a bunch of nuts and bolts and said, "Good luck figuring out where these were supposed to go." A United Airlines flight from Germany was forced to return to the airport after the toilet broke and leaked into the cabin. Though it's the perfect punishment for people who take their shoes off on planes. Primate expert Jane Goodall celebrated her 90th birthday by gathering together with 90 dogs, then feeding them all to her apes.
Vice President Kamala Harris praised Beyonce for her new country album, saying that she has reclaimed country music's black roots. I'm sorry, Hootie? No love for Hootie?
Donald Trump urged his supporters to brave the sub-zero temperatures in Iowa to vote for him, saying, even if you vote and then pass away, it's worth it. Voting for Trump and then passing away is also what happened with COVID.
In a lawsuit against Ye, a former employee claims that Ye compared himself to Hitler minus the gas chambers. And I, for one, am shocked to hear that Ye believes in the Holocaust. Ronna McDaniel was reelected as chair of the Republican National Committee in a closer than expected vote over challengers Harmet Dillon, MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, Twitter user CatTurd2, Kevin Sorbo, Kyle Rittenhouse, and of course, Colin Jost. Congratulations, Colin.
Yeah, thank you. That election was rigged. This week, Live with Kelly and Mark reran an episode from 2023 in which host Kelly Ripa begs to go on Diddy's yacht. Even crazier, SNL is airing an episode right now with a guy who was on Diddy's yacht last week. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, seen here remembering his presidential campaign, signed a bill that will ban social media accounts for younger teenagers. But Florida's older teenagers can keep their social media accounts because they need a place to post their sonograms.
Weather experts are forecasting that this year will see the highest number of hurricanes ever, thanks to an abnormally active summer of gay weddings. A stone vial discovered in Iran contained a red cosmetic that experts say was likely used as lipstick nearly 4,000 years ago by an ancient skank.
The latest jobs report shows that last month, the U.S. economy added over 200,000 jobs. We'll see about that, said Elon Musk. This is interesting. Since Elon Musk took over Twitter, use of the N-word on the site has reportedly jumped 500%. It's the biggest increase in the use of the N-word since the last time I stubbed my toe.
Isn't that fascinating, Colin?
I'm learning a lot. A man diagnosed with schizophrenia has been given a support dog that can help him determine what is real and what is a hallucination. But the craziest part is there's no dog.
The Oscar-winning movie Oppenheimer finally premiered yesterday in Japan without warning.
One person shrieked. A soccer match between the U.S. and Mexico was briefly stopped because of homophobic chants from the crowd. Meanwhile, homophobic chants are how you officially start games in Boston.
Scientists in Portugal have accidentally created a mouse embryo that has an extra leg where its genitals should be. And brother, same.
At some point, I actually started getting excited about who was going to announce next. Dippin' Dots will no longer work with Scrub Daddy is cutting all time. TCBY will discontinue their Watch the Cone menu, featuring the hit flavor Nougats and Pretzels.
All right.
Yours is the size of a mouse's leg?
No, take that joke back.
We already locked it in. Well, this has been a great...
Xin chào các bạn, hôm nay chúng mình sẽ đến với bức tranh tô màu về những chú hoa xinh xắn đáng yêu này nhá. Vậy là mình đã hoàn thành tô màu xong cho bức tranh những chú hoa xinh xắn đáng yêu rồi đấy. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại mọi người trong những bức tranh tô màu tiếp theo nha. Xin chào.